Retro Unboxing.
Hello viewers, I'm Jonathan and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing something that, in all honesty, I'm very 50-50 about whether I want to do it or not. Basically, over the last couple of months I've been picking up some of the old consoles that I've had over the years, and in my last video you'll have seen that I picked up an Amiga, 33-year-old computer that is still pretty fantastic today. I used to have a pretty big gaming collection probably about 15 years ago when I was a little bit younger, and then sold it all, and then all I've really had over the last few years is the kind of current gen console. So for the last few years I've had either a PS4 or an Xbox One, Xbox One X, etc. And to be honest, I've just been getting a bit bummed out with the games that are coming out on those consoles. Nothing against them, just it seems to be rehashes of the same old. So I just decided that I wanted to have a look back at some of my old favourites from over the years. So over the last couple of months I've been sourcing these consoles either on eBay or Facebook Marketplace, Gumtree, local sales, whatever. And the video today is of the original Xbox. Now, all I really set out to do was have a budget of around 100 quid, which is effectively a couple of games. So two games for an Xbox One or a PS4, and see what I could get for that kind of money. But to be fair, I found this original Xbox. It was difficult to find just a decent, really good condition, mint kind of condition, all nicely boxed Xbox for 100 quid. There were loads knocking around on eBay for 30, 40, 50 quid, but all the boxes were battered. So when I saw this, even though it was well over the budget that I was kind of looking to spend, I thought, why not? So this Xbox here is literally brand new. It's still sealed. It's never been opened, never been out of the box. Now, granted, I can't completely attest to that. I've only had it in my possession for 6 or 7 weeks, and I've not got around to doing this until now. But the good thing is, in that time, I've managed to pick up a few games as well. So this video, I'm going to unbox it, just check out that we'll find out that it's completely brand new. Just to be clear, the seal is there, and I'll show it throughout the video. The seal is there, but it's a bit ropey. But I think you can see that it's still there, and it genuinely doesn't look like it's been opened and then resealed. I'll show you, and then you can kind of judge for yourself, but you can see that it's a little bit kind of battered, and there's a few little bits of the box that have come off, but you can also see there where it's actually really, it's still completely sealed to the box. I don't think this has been opened. I'm 99.9% confident. You can see where it's kind of lifted a bit, and the glue's kind of gone a little bit manky, but I'm as certain as I can be that this is genuinely sealed. So I'm going to unbox it. I'm going to get it out, and I'm going to get it set up. I've got a TV on standby. I'm going to set it up and have a bit of a play on it. Now, this, obviously the original Xbox came out in 2001, a year after the PS2, but in a lot of ways it was a much better console. It was so-called Xbox, derived from Microsoft's DirectX. But what you'll see from this is it is effectively a new console, but it's actually a 2006 release. It came out for the World Cup in Germany in 2006. So obviously this is 5 years into the life cycle of the Xbox. It's actually only really a year before the Xbox 360 came out. But that doesn't matter to me, to be honest. I just wanted to get hold of one of these consoles. To be fair, this has the newer controller. So in fairness, that's probably better for me. I prefer this controller to the big older, the big original controller that came with the Xbox. So yeah, I'll just try to show you around the box as well first. So you can see on the back it's got some games advertised as they usually do. Please notice you've got Halo 2 because obviously Halo would have been out many years before, sort of 4 or 5 years before, and come out with the console when it was actually released. I do have a copy of Halo ready to go. See if that still stands up today. And I've got a few other games as well. Some of the original releases like Project Gotham Racing, which was always a big favourite. I've also picked up a Forza Motorsport as well, which again, a fantastic game. So you can see all of that kind of stuff on the back of the box there. You can see the contents of the box is hidden somewhere on the side here. No, this is just what you can get hold of. So these were optional extras. Obviously you could buy additional controllers. I think you could plug 4 controllers into an Xbox. Yes, of course you could. And the DVD playback kit, which I never had, mainly because I used the PS2. The PS2 was already under the TV and used as the DVD player, so I never really used this. Now I'm not entirely sure actually whether I'm going to be able to plug it into this TV or not. I'm sure I can. I'm sure it's got component in, which does mean that we've got the higher definition side of things, because otherwise we'd be using a SCART. Now the TV definitely doesn't have a SCART input, and actually you get lower quality through SCART than you get through component video. So yeah, I don't want to do it. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to take you along with me and see what you guys think. I do feel like a kid at Christmas, but I paid a lot of money for this. I paid nearly as much as you would have paid for it brand new 14 years ago. So yeah, quite nervous. But yeah, watch and enjoy. All right, I'll be back with you in a second. Right then guys, I'm going to get on with it. So the first thing I want to do is just decide, do I peel or slice? And I think I'm going to peel because it's already, come a certain way off. Oh. Yeah, you can. This is absolutely 100% definitely never been opened. You can, no, I'm going to slice. No fancy knife for me, just a good old kitchen scissors. Right, we're in. Yeah, this is definitely never been opened. Right. What have we got? So this is, right, disappointed. I was hoping that there'd be component cables, i.e. blue, green and red. But what we've actually got is just the separate composite video and audio connections, which is not a problem. The TV can take those, but you could get a high def version of these cables that had got the just the the picture split into red, green and blue RGB, and that gave a much better quality. These are okay, but this is effectively just SCART. I'll pop that there. And what we've then got is the little SCART adapter, which I won't be needing in this instance. We've got a power plug. Now I remember some later versions of this console came with a separate black box with a little button on, which I think was some sort of circuit breaker, but obviously that's not come with this one. And then the controller, which you know, realistically is, and I'll have it side by side with an Xbox One controller, but this is exactly the same really. It's the same sort of size, the same sort of form factor. Obviously we've got a cable, so we've not fully gone on to proper wireless by then, but this is a, well, what is it? So it's nearly a 20-year-old design and console. Yeah, wow. So we're in 2020 and this came out in 2021. Perhaps I should have waited to do this unboxing until next year and on its 20th anniversary. There we go. Packaging. Gigantic pack of instructions and stuff. You don't get all of this with modern consoles now, even though they're far more complicated now. Now, the bit that we've all been waiting for, the console. So there's nothing else in the box. Back in there, out of the way. And then, what I'll do, it's in this bag. Be as careful as possible, keep looking after it. Wow. This is genuinely Christmas for me. Oh, it smells new. It really smells. Oh, look at the fan. Look at everything in there. Not shiny, crisp, brand new. So one of the bigger benefits from the original Xbox over the PS2 is that you got an Ethernet port. You could get online with the PS2. I don't know anybody that did. You had to buy this extra bit of kit that plugged into the back of the console. It added, you know, an extra couple of £100 to the bit of kit. But this had Xbox Live straight out of the console, and you know, I've got a lot of fond memories of getting on Halo 2, and probably Forza, and you know, seeing my mate's scores on Project Gotham Racing and things like that. So yeah, real big benefit of the Xbox over the PS2 there. Now I'm going to pull this seal off. So it's not a glossy console, but they've really gone to town with the plastics on here to keep it protected, which is good. Sorry guys, I'm trying to be careful. I don't want to just completely yank it off, so so to speak. This is going to take up a few minutes of the video, I'm afraid. And there we go. There's one other little bit of plastic protection on the front. I shall peel that off next. That's very satisfying. Very satisfying. So what we got with the Xbox was power button, eject. These DVD drives were notoriously terrible for sticking, and there's a little hole just there so that you can stick a pin in, and that would manually pop the tray. And this had 4 controller ports on the front, and there's a lot of conspiracies, and I think it's actually a fair one, is that this was designed as almost a sequel to the Sega Dreamcast, and then Microsoft actually decided to release it themselves. But there's a lot of there's a few videos on YouTube, if you look them up. There's a couple of really interesting ones where there's a chap that actually looks at the chip architecture and things like that, and you can clearly see, you know, a lot of similarities between this and the Xbox. And then just over here we've got the logos for Dolby Digital, and then what's that, compact disc, the Microsoft logo just there. And on the back, yeah, so we've got the multi-out, so this is where you get your TV signal from, and then obviously power. So I'm going to put this down, and then I'm going to put this back. I'm going to get the controller out and the power cable out, and then what I'll do is get it plugged in, and we'll have a game. Again, I said this back in the Amiga video. You can play Halo on many different things now. Obviously, you can play it on current Xboxes, and it's been remastered and all that kind of stuff. You can play it on a PC, but for me, there's nothing better than playing it on the original hardware. And I say that about, you know, you can get emulators on PS Vitas and Nintendo Switches and things like that, but they're not for me. I'm not really fussed about emulation and things like that. Now this seems to be the biggest bag in the world just to put a controller in, but each to their own. Again, I'm glad that it comes with the newer controller. This is extremely familiar, and really pleased. Now, for whatever reason, again, this is another kind of connection to the Dreamcast, is you could put extra memory units in here, even though the Xbox actually has an internal hard drive, which again was another benefit over the PS2, although it doesn't sort of say it on the box anyway, which I find strange. Yeah, so the Xbox has its own internal hard drive, which the PS2 didn't have out of the box, but you could add later on. But yeah, so this was a kind of follow-on from the Dreamcast, where you had to put your vibration pack and your memory card into the controller, which was a nifty little design. But this is the you know, the blueprint for the modern controller. The twin joystick setup. They're in exactly the same position. 4 buttons. I believe it's these 2 buttons that have been moved to the bumpers now. But let's have a look at it compared to. So if you have a look at this compared to an Xbox controller, they're extremely similar in size. And they've obviously retained the colours for the YB and X buttons. The start and back buttons have obviously moved to here. The D-pad, the joysticks are in an identical location. The triggers are there. Obviously, you've no longer got the ports for memory cards and such like, but it's extremely similar in design. And to say that this is now you know, a 15-year-old 15, 16, 17-year-old design, you know, it's pretty fantastic. And it's good that Microsoft recognised that and didn't change the formula too much, in my opinion. So that's the controller. Let me get this. Get the cables untied. and then we'll get the TV set up and get gaming. Now, I've not really done any research as to whether you can still get on Xbox Live. Now, I've not got, I'm only Wi-Fi up here, so I've not got the ability to plug the Ethernet port in, but I will, and I'll probably do that in another video. I'm conscious this one's already about 25 minutes long. I do waffle, I'm sorry folks, if you're still watching. Riveting stuff, I know. Right, so that's the cables we need. I shall pop that back in there. I shall just pop it in a corner there for a nice little display. And then there's only one thing left to do. Oh yeah. Now, I'm going to be honest, I wasn't sure whether to expect that screen to be in widescreen aspect ratio, and something inside me told me that the Xbox was more on the widescreen side of things, but that's probably just my recollection of the Xbox 360. But let's run through some setup. Right, download updates. Okay, well, it can't do that because we're not connected to the internet. We are in London. Well, we're not in London, but we're in GMT. Yeah. 28th of March. So we're in the middle of coronavirus lockdown, and I've completely lost track of time, days, years, and yeah, 2020. There we go. Okay, first thing I'm going to do, I'm not going to be loading any music onto it. What I remember you used to be able to do was pop a CD in and rip it to your music library on the internal hard drive, and then you could actually play that music back through during in-game music, which was great for the likes of Project Gotham Racing. So let's have a look at settings just to see if we can set this to widescreen. Widescreen. Don't know why it does that. That's weird. So do I then need to change something on here? Alright, so we've got it set to widescreen now. It's not entirely native, it does look like it's stretched a little bit. PAL 60 now, again, yeah, that's not really made any difference to the picture at all. Clark language auto sign in network settings we can't do because we're not plugged in, so I will do that in another video. System info. Yeah, whatever. Hard disk log, 5,000 blocks. So I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that'll be able to tell me exactly what hard drive size this is in here. Again, they were modded heavily over the life cycle, and to be honest, I think people still stick, 1 and 2 terabyte hard drives in here and have loads of music and movies, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Right, shall we stick Halo in? Let's stick Halo in. This is back when games used to come with lots of instruction manuals and things. So I picked up Halo, I picked up Project Gotham Racing, I picked up Forza. These were three of the best. Actually that was pretty shit. Project Gotham 2 was the real good game in my humble opinion. Let's turn it down a little bit. Now that's quick. That loaded extremely quickly. Cool. Right, I can't do multiplayer. Let's just be called New 001. So again, this will have been the first console to save everything, game saves inside the console. The PS2 had memory cards, same as the PS1. The Dreamcast had the visual memory units. So yeah, big first here. Let's go with normal. I'm sure I can cope. Just got a reflection of my. Oh, that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign at all. This disc looked pretty good. Right. Now, there's a little bit of crap on the disc, but not much at all. The camera's never going to pick that up. A little bit long. Oh no, it's focused nicely. Tell you what, let's look at a different game. No, it shouldn't be this sensitive. I didn't know that. Music composed by JXL, aka Tom Holkenborg. I love that guy. Recently did the soundtrack for Mad Max Fury Road. Fantastic composer. Seems to be working so far. Again, seems to be working okay, but we had that with Halo. It seemed to be working okay until it wasn't. Sorry JXL, this is not great music, mate. Alright, let's have a bash. Let's go with Maple Valley. Let's go with D-Class. Oh yeah. What is this car doing in this game? Look at that. The Chrysler PT Cruiser. What a horrid car. But look at the graphics though. Pretty good. I don't even know what that is. Tiburon GT. So the coupe, the Hyundai coupe. Oh, that's pretty cool. Used to have one of those. MRS or MR2 as we knew it. Ford Focus SVT or Ford Focus RS as we knew it. Prelude. This had rear wheel steering. What else have we got? A Saab. Now these load in pretty quick, that's quite impressive. My mate used to have one of those. Civic Type R, boom, right, let's do it. I've got to say, loading times aren't terrible. Let's do it. This looks pretty good. I'm really quite impressed. I'm not impressed I've just been overtaken by a Peugeot 206. And now I'm on the grass. Well done. Is that a Golf GTI Mark 4? Yeah, let's do him. The engine / exhaust note's not great, but the game mechanic's fantastic. I mean, this is really playable. So realistically, the only thing now that separates these games and these systems from the modern systems is the graphics and the power. So, you know, the controller has evolved only really very slightly. I mean, obviously, other than being wireless now, but the controls themselves, this is just like picking up a modern console. It's just that the graphics are crap in comparison. Cool. Alright guys, thanks for watching. That was my unboxing and setup video of the original Xbox. I've got plenty more to do in this series. I've got a lovely boxed PS2. I've got a very nice, neat, tidy, clean boxed PS1. I've also got the smaller PS1. And I've also got the new micro PS1, which I'm going to have a look at. I've got a nice Dreamcast. And I've got quite a few other consoles that I'm going to be doing in this series of videos, so watch out for those. I've already posted a video of an Amiga 500, so feel free to check that out. It's a bit of a long one, but that includes the kind of introduction to this series. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed watching this as much as I've enjoyed doing it. It's a bit of a thrill, actually, kind of opening a sort of 14-year-old console that's never been opened before. Bit of a shame that Halo wouldn't work. I'll have a bit of a play with that, see if I just need to clean the disc, otherwise I'll probably pick up another copy. But yeah, thank you for watching. It's been really interesting for me, and I'm going to spend the rest of the day playing on the Xbox, I think. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks guys, see you soon.
Retro Unboxing.